Tuesdays in the Attic. We are working on, again, my son's school album. It's actually another holiday type thing, not quite Christmas, but it's holiday. I've got these two green papers for my background or these two wood grain. When I was looking through things, I hadn't decided. These are from a paper pad I won not too long ago. I'll look it up and tell you in a little bit what it was called. But I wasn't sure what I wanted to do. I've got a bunch of photos of my son's Christmas party for his 4-year-old preschool class, so I've got a lot of that, so that's gonna be fun. I gotta make sure I put some stickers over some faces, and I've got, other than that, I think I might play with, just because of bright colors, we did cookie decorating, I think I'll play with some of the Jelly Bean Soup Holly Borscht I have. Hence why I grabbed this green. It goes really well, so we might use that. And then, I'm not sure if I'll play, but I've got some sticker sheets. I've got a whole little baggie of Christmas holiday embellishments. I might have some cookies or something in there. I'm sure there's baking related some things. So we'll go through and use this, but we're going to do this lovely 2-page spread. And yeah, it's going to be fun. So let's get started. So I ultimately decided I'm going to go with that green. I really, really like it, and it goes really, really well. And especially, I was looking at the chunks of the pieces I have left of this Jelly Bean Soup, these 3 papers, and I have enough of the pieces of this ornament paper that I think that's going to be my main paper going vertically and horizontally, and it's nice because you can kind of cheat. So I could have cheated for both, but I just cheated for the horizontal strip on the right-hand page, and I did do the whole paper down on the left-hand page, but it works out really, really well. And then I take a strip off the cut-apart paper, which has yellow on the back, and then a strip off of this other paper, or the holly paper, that has red and cream stripe on the back. So I'm going to use those as the strips that go across on either side of that main paper. And then I decide, well, I have, I need places for my photos to go. I have this beautiful wood grain. Let's cut it up. Let's use it. I really like the color, this dark wood grain color with these bright colors. So it's going to work out really, really well. So I'm going to start trimming down all my photos to 3x4, and then cut out a few of the other patterns to 3x4 as well. I only have 2 photos that don't end up being 3x4. One is it's a selfie of me, my son, and one of his really good friends at that school at that time. That one again ends up being a little bit bigger, so it throws off the proportions of my giant photo mats for the left page. And then the right page, it's supposed to be a 4x6. My photo, just when they are printed on these things, they're not quite 6 inches, so it's 4 by 5 3/4 or something like that. So then there's going to be a little bit of a gap on my right hand page, but I'm okay with that, the way I end up working it out. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to mat all of them on white, even the 3x4 patterns that I cut out to place down for those journaling spots and stuff. And ironically, I don't end up even using them for journaling. I use them just for decoration. So yeah. But those I will go on white as well, and I won't make you watch me do that. But here they're all trimmed down and matted, and now I'm just putting them on the wood grain. And then after I decide that, I start putting them together with their each collage of photos with their 2 strips that go on either side and their main paper. But what I'm going to do is stick them together because I kind of want to play with some mixed media, and I especially want to play with my brand new Scrapping Reflections stencil, which is so funny because I was telling myself that I needed a snowflake stencil. And I decided on a whim to sign up. The only club or kit club I'm part of this year so far is going to be Scrapping Reflections Stencil a Month Club. And the first one we get is a snowflake. I'm like, how perfect. So I needed to play with it. So I am getting these figured out and then getting them glued together. And then I'm going to figure out where I can put my stencils. I was just marking it with like a white gel pen. There was a lot of me standing around doing nothing. So I'm sorry if this is because I was talking to my husband, talking to my son. So I'm sorry if it feels like I'm jumping around, but I didn't want to make you watch me put together both pages when it's basically the same thing, and for like just putting the photos down and stuff. So I'm taking some modeling paste and putting it through the stencil in kind of 4 corners where I know it's going to peek out from behind my photos and my big collages and the strips of paper so that it's not wasted and not seen. So I'm just kind of doing it in those areas. On the left page, you end up seeing a little less, and on the right page, you end up seeing a little bit more, just because the left page is the vertical with the horizontal big photo collage, and the right is all horizontal. So there's a little bit more space on the top and bottom. But I'm just going to do that in the corners. Yeah, like I said, I took a white gel pen, so I laid everything down on the paper, and I took a little white gel pen and just marked, just so I had an idea of where things were going to peek out. I could have added a little bit more to the left side, I think, but it'll be okay. I still like it. It just looks like it's popping. So I kind of lied in my intro. I think I said it's not Christmas. This technically was my son's Christmas party for his little school, but it was more than just Christmas, like I said. And I do this, and I put all this in my journaling, but we did story time, we did a movie, we did cookie decorating, we did games. I think we did bingo and some other games. They did a gift exchange, and it was so great that I was able to take the day off and be a part of it. And it was also pajama day, so I wore the unicorn onesie that I had bought my husband. And yeah, it was a lot of fun to be there. I got actually really, really hot in that unicorn onesie, running around with a bunch of preschool kids. Woo! I was so hot by the end of the day. So there they all done and dried. I got those glued down, the strips and everything. The left-hand page is crooked, but that's my jam, so I'm not too worried. So what I am doing now, so while I was waiting for that to dry, I went and dug through my stash, figured out what would work, what would look fun, what could be put on this page. I have some raw chipboard, laser cut snowflakes from Dusty Attic left. I have like half a package, so I popped all of those out. I have some little layerable like circle frame and a cut file tree that kind of blends in with the green card on the right hand page, but it ends up working. I have some chipboard things that were from, I don't remember what collection, but they were from a collection. I've been holding on to them forever, where there's like a present, there's an ornament, there's a mistletoe, there's like a button, I think there's a snowflake or a star somewhere. Just a bunch of cute little chipboard things, and they're all very similar colors to what's going on here. I've got a Scrap and Happy Studio enamel flare, or epoxy flare, I mean. I've got some of these old word stickers. I've got this key. I've got a couple labels from Studio Caliber, LA Studio. I can't remember. They're really old, but they kind of bring out some of the blue. I've grabbed this awesome acrylic piece from Calico Studios. Color Cast Designs. I don't know what I was thinking. That says, "Oh, what fun," and the inside the letters "fun" are glittery green. And that just brings out some of the blue. That there's a lot of blue in the papers because there's a blue carpet. I'm wearing blue. My kid's wearing green. But there's just so much blue in the pictures. And then those blue ornaments in that background paper. Yeah, and I just start scattering those things around. I grab a couple of sequins. There's a little exclusive sequins mix from I think one of the Creative Cuts Clubs, like the first December one, actually. So I used that sequin mix and picked out some of the reds and plopped those around amongst my snowflakes, as well as some of those raw chipboard snowflakes. And then I grabbed these are Felicity Jane photo corners. I had them in my Christmas stuff because I was using them for my December daily for 2020. So I have some of those. So I'm going to put these red polka dot ones around in the corners of the right hand page. I don't even know if I'm doing that. I'm probably way ahead of myself. Yep. And then I only end up having 6. So I do one on all the corners for the right hand page, but then only 2 corners on the left hand page because my upper left corner is covered with other things. It's got a phrase sticker. It's got a bunch of those those snowflakes. Words today are really hard, but I really like the way the snowflakes look popping out. It kind of helps tie together the cream and the white because I've got white. All my photos are matted on white. Oh, I did take one of those cut apart pieces from the Jelly Bean Soup. It was the 21. This was on the 21st of December that year. So I just put the 21 in that card on the left-hand page. And then there is a chipboard holly berry that goes on that as well. That was the same with all those chipboard pieces. And these are all just things I just looked for similar colors what I had in my stash. I didn't even go look in the rest of my stash. I literally just looked in my Christmas stash and I had plenty of stuff. I probably could have put more on. I probably could have taken some off, like, you know, that whole song and dance. But I really like the way that turned out. And otherwise, there's not a lot of embellishment on the sketch. It's just those two little areas. So it was fun to just kind of decorate those pocket or those 3x4 cards or areas that weren't photos. So I stuck to the sketch relatively closely. Like I just put a little more embellishment areas other places. So yeah, that is it. And I am still futzing with sequins and things. So, oh, and then I just went into my stash really quick. I don't know why I picked this label. I probably could have found an LA Studio label. I could still replace that. But I just shoved, because they don't stick very well. I just shoved a label kind of in between the photos on the right-hand side and just kind of documented what we were doing. I think I will do that. So I'm sorry that won't be in the photos because they're already taken and already on the video. But I'll probably replace that label, the black and... it was a black and craft label with a nicer looking label. You know, I have enough time before this needs to be done. I probably could do it in the photos. Yeah, I'll retake the photos. So never mind. In the photos, you will see I replaced that ugly label. That didn't really go. I don't know why I grabbed that. Well, I was thinking the craft went really well with the raw chipboard. But the black really doesn't. So I should have done something else. I'll go grab an LA Studio label and replace that. So we'll do that. Maybe a circle one. Maybe. So that you'll see in the close-ups coming up. Thank you so much for watching, you guys. I really appreciate you all. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed this double page spread. Thank you, Dusty Attic, for the amazing sketches and Jen Hedger. And we will continue using them until we're done. So yeah, we'll see you next Tuesday. Bye.